Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Reapercast. Today we're going to be talking about some new cards for Akiza's deck, or rather the Black Rose deck. This is definitely going to be very exciting, of course, because it was something that I was already expecting to come out in Lightning Overdrive. I just didn't expect that we would get this many support for the actual deck itself, or the archetype itself. So with that being said, let's just get started with all of these cards here. There are definitely a lot to go over. So yeah, let's just start with the first card over here, which is called Rox Rose Dragon, a level 3 Dark Dragon Tuna effect monster with 1600 attack and 1200 defense. If this card is summoned, you can add one card that specifically lists Black Rose Dragon in its text from your deck to your hand except itself. While this card is in your graveyard, if a face-up Rose Dragon monsters or plant synchro monsters you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, plural by the way, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Rox Rose Dragon once per turn. Not bad at all, definitely gives you a bit of way to, I guess, manage resources, or at least maintain it in this particular standpoint, and also allows you to get some more resources as well, so definitely very fantastic there. However, for the next card we have over here Basil Rose Shoot, a quick play spell card. Special summon one Rose Dragon monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. If this set card is destroyed, you can target one of your Black Rose Dragon or one monster that specifically lists that card in its text that is banished or in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. So definitely very nice. I do like effects that allow you to kind of extend the board by summoning itself, either from the graveyard or anywhere else, but in this particular case I definitely like this, and I like the effect of it being destroyed as well. It actually gets some kind of effect because, you know, we all know that Harpy's Feather Duster is now being played a little bit more often now. I'm seeing deck profiles where people are just including it in their deck just because they know that it exists out there. So because of all this spell and trap destruction, having cards like this to trigger off as a result is definitely fantastic. It kind of reminds me of Waking the Dragons, I believe, which was the trap card that summons out any kind of extra deck monster you want after it got destroyed. And seeing more cards like this is definitely fantastic, so I'm very excited to play this kind of card. It's not the most crucial card to play in the deck. I could see myself playing maybe 2 copies at most, but even so, it is definitely a very nice addition to the deck. However, moving on here, we have Ruddy Rose Witch, a level 1 light plant tuner effect monster, 800 attack and 1700 defense. You can tribute this card, add one Witch of the Black Rose from your deck to your hand, and if you do, take one level 3 or lower plant monster from your deck and place it on top of the deck. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one Witch of the Black Rose from your hand. Now that's obviously very nice because Witch of the Black Rose actually has a very specific effect which allows you to turn the top card of your deck, and if it's a monster then you can summon it. So very nice here because this particular card sets you up exactly for that. Not to mention it gives you that additional summon to actually go off with the Witch of the Black Rose effect. So I definitely really like this. It makes it more consistent, it makes the card more alive, more viable, and as a result this card I could see myself even playing 3 copies of it just because you want to maximize consistency with the deck itself. However, as for the second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, return one of your Black Rose Dragon or Ruddy Rose Dragon that is banished or in your graveyard to the deck. Which is not too bad at all because again you're maintaining resources here, so you don't have to clog up your extra deck by playing extra copies when you could actually just return these cards back into your deck again. You can only use each effect of Ruddy Rose Witch once per turn, so definitely fantastic. However, moving on here, we have Ruddy Rose Dragon, which is actually a variation of Black Rose Dragon. I like the naming and I like the fact that it's almost of an extension to the card itself. So it's actually a level 10 Fire Dragon Synchro effect monster, 3200 attack and 2400 defense. And it also happens to be generic as well, so you don't need anything specific for it. If this card is synchro summoned, you can banish all cards from the graveyards including your opponent by the way. Then if this card was synchro summoned using Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster as material, you can destroy all other cards on the field, which is obviously going to be true to Black Rose Dragon's original effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect that would destroy a card's quick effect, you could tribute this card, negate the activation, then you could special summon one Black Rose Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard. Actually has a really nice, let's see, it's kind of like a reminder or a throwback to Stardust Dragon as well, because Stardust Dragon does prevent the destruction by tributing itself. So seeing that it has that kind of mixing of effects is definitely fantastic. It is technically a Black Rose and Stardust effect combined, which is something that is, well, it's a nice touch to the actual card itself. And then to actually summon out a Black Rose Dragon directly from your extra deck or graveyard as well is just an added bonus, which is very nice indeed. However, moving on, we also have here Garden Rose Flora, a level 5 light plant synchro tune effect monster with 800 attack and 1600 defense, which also happens to be generic, so it's definitely very fantastic. You can target one card in the field zone, so it could either be yours or your opponent's, destroy it, so it kind of already reminds you of Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is very nice. Then special summon it to the controller's field, then special summon to its controller's field one Rose token, plant dark level 2, attack 800, defense 800 in attack position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except synchro monsters. So as I said, it reminds me of the Ancient Fairy Dragon, but it also reminds me of Black Rose Garden as well, or I think it was just called Black Garden. So it's like a mix between those two particular effects. Very nice throwback here and just absolutely fantastic effect. And of course you can only use this effect once per turn. However, once per chain during your opponent's main phase, you can, as a quick effect, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. So definitely fantastic, because that's an Excel synchro. That's just absolutely fantastic here, allowing you to pretty much go into a potential Black Rose or the Ruddy Rose Dragon. However, as for our final card, we actually have here a Link monster. So this is called Benghalansa the Resurgent. Definitely a very peculiar name here. A Link 4 Light Plant Link Effect monster. That's fantastic. Surprising to see that it's actually a Link 4 of all things. It has only 2400 attack, which is very low. However, it points to the top, left, right and bottom, so quite straightforward there, but I guess we'll find out what it requires. It requires you to have 2+ plant monsters, which is definitely possible for the Rose Dragon deck, and during the main phase, as a quick effect, you could target one effect monster your opponent controls, take damage equal to its attack, and if you did take damage, return it to the hand. I'm a little surprised by that effect, that you're the one that's actually taking damage, but I guess that's fine if you're able to bounce back the cards. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 2 or more Link monsters from your graveyard whose combined Link ratings equal exactly 4. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Not bad whatsoever, allows for a bit of recursion or a bit of revival to itself, allowing you to pretty much utilize it again. You can only use one of this card's effect once per turn and only once that turn, which is fine. I could easily see myself only playing one copy of this anyway, so yeah, it's definitely a fantastic card. I'm looking forward to it. If this card is coming out as a secret rare, I think it would look quite nice. However, I think all of this is definitely very exciting, so I'm actually going to quickly switch over here to the complete card list for Lightning Overdrive. So we actually do have a whopping 100 card list, so definitely very big here. We've already gone over a lot of them, so there's the ZWs, the ZSs, the Amazement archetype we went over. There is at Ignistas, Bujins actually coming back. We have S4 support as well, of course. We also have some Trap Trick, Starry Nights, a lot of varieties of cards actually coming here in this particular set. It's not looking too bad at all. I am definitely quite excited. There is a lot of War Rock cards, I must say, but you know what, we went over those cards. It's actually quite good. It's actually quite decent, though I don't think that's enough to make me want to play War Rock, but even so, putting that aside, I think the set itself is definitely still very exciting. We have the DDD card coming in as an import. We also have the Sun Avalon, all really amazing, and of course the Black Rose archetype as well. So everything is looking really nice here, so definitely let me know what you guys actually thought about this. Are you guys excited about this at all? But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, definitely drop a like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification. It really does help. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.